what's wrong with many of you, the reason you live in the valley of what else, because you are disobedient. And when you are disobedient, that shows you don't trust him. If you don't trust him, you build a what if mindset. And what happens, these fearful spiritual speculation creates spiritual paralysis because it asks questions God has not answered. See, a lot of your questions, he ain't going to answer because they're not directed toward his word. So most of us have a what if spirit that leads to doubt. And that's the what if spirit where it begins to questions God's promises or character. It's like I often say when, out here in these ministry streets, as they call it, and you meet these men and women, let's just look at today's headline with Brian Meadows, and he messed around with a little girl. Well, she ain't little no more. It was 12 years. He said it was younger. They was 27. He had first got married. Understanding society says a man's brain don't fully develop till they 24. But that still ain't no excuse. And like he said, it's no excuse. I got addicted. It didn't happen all the time, but it lasted for 12 years. But what we getting at is you got two people that consented to something. And for whatever reason, it got exposed. Why are you questioning who he is as a man of God, and you're not questioning who she is because she was the co-pastor? Number one, I'm glad it happened. Ain't no such thing as co-pastor, so you can go and throw it out anyway. So number one, the church wasn't even lined up with how God said it. Apostle, prophet, pastor, that is teaching. I don't see no word co in there. So that's false teaching anyway. But what is it that we get in these relationships, we get in these ministries, and when something doesn't happen or they don't abide to what we want, why do we question what God given us? Why do we question God's character or why he allowed the thing to happen? The first word if question was presented by Satan in Genesis 3:1. Yea, have God said. The enemy's job is to plant uncertainty about God's words, which then multiplies into speculation. That's what leads to these women checking these men's phones and social media accounts and men they putting these air tags and trying to see who they talking to. That's doubt. That's fear. That's uncertainty.
Transformation, center we proclaim. Whoa, living more than just a name. Yeah, moving from a church mentality to a kingdom mindset.